What's up, guys? Back in me here we got Beyblade Burst Surge, episode 2, Locked On Lightning Launch. Okay, so this episode starts off at the Hayashi's family restaurant, where we see Hikaru and Hyuga, eating while Hyuga is asleep, and Hikaru's mom was like, "Hyuga, wake up!" And Hikaru's like, I can't believe I have to carry you again." And then as they're waking up, then we see Ranjiro, still played by Derek Stephen Prince. I'm going to say the actor's name. And he's like, very good son. And then he's soaking some rays. But then Hikaru and Hyuga accidentally trip on a log of wood, bumping into him and knocking him into the water. And Hyuga's like, "Sorry, Mr. Broomhead." And he's like, "That's a sense of style. Not like you two wouldn't know anything about it." And yeah. So then we get to I think it's after the intro or something. We get to the Bomber's gym. To the Comets gym, Comets gym, and we see Hikaru and Hyuga launching, and Hikaru and Hyuga both beat their friends with their base. Guy and Chuck with their base, but Hikaru's mad because he cannot unlock that lightning launch with his launch. And then Rantaro's like, "Haha, like you can beat lightning launch with that like you can perform lightning launch with that attitude, with that mood." And he's like, "Wait, Rantaro Kiyama?" And he's like, "Wait, you're on?" He's like, "I'm here to coach the Comets." And he's like, "You're our new coach?" And he's like, "Yeah, the higher ups told me to be your new coach. So let's get on to some training." And basically, then we get into, after the intro, we get into some montage of them training, and then after the training, they're like, "Hey, let's battle me." And then Rantaro does a lightning launch, enters Glide Rock to into the stadium. Hikaru does a launch, but not a lightning launch, and there's two moves before. There's two little bumps on the Glide Rock before running out of stamina. And then Hyuga decides to take a shot at Glide Rock but doesn't do good anymore. And then they try again, but that's when Ranjiro comes, and he's like, "There you two are." And he's like, "Hey, it's him. Hey, it's that guy." And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "What are you doing here, Rantaro?" And he's like, "I'm the new coach of the Comets." I'm trying to do my best Rantaro impression. And he's like, "This is my brother, Ranjiro. He's a blader." And he's like, "I'm not just a blader. I'm a turbo blader." And they're like, "Turbo?" Because, he's from Beyblade Burst Turbo. And of course he was all that. And he's like, "I'll take you on, Hyuga." And then Hikaru's like, "Yeah, let's do this." And then we get into the set. So then they let it rip. We get into a battle between white, I'm gonna call him White Glide Rock before, because Orange Glide Rock before, White Glide Rock before. We get into between White Glide Rock 4, we get a battle between Captain, and Hikaru. And yeah, after the part 2. So yeah. So let's get into part 2. So Hikaru is able to knock Glide Rock to out. He does a glide tornado, he knocks him out of the stadium, and then Hyuga's like, "Yay, it's my turn." And he's like, "Hold up, Hyuga, I'm still battling here." And it's like, and they get into a fight. And then he's like, "Fine, I'll take you both on." And he's like, "Bro, hold up, let's do it in a tag battle." And then Rika's like, "Oh, those two can't work together as a team." Then we get into a flashback of them during a tournament as a tag team. They argue, and they get to lose to these unknown players. And So yeah. So and then even Rantaro and ranjiro get into a fight, and then guys like, maybe the Rantaro, the Kiyamas, and the Hazashis are the same, and they both yell at them saying no they're not, which, so yeah, so they get into the first battle, Glide Rocktavor and Glide Rocktavor, Rantaro and ranjiro versus Hikaru and Hugo, Colossal Helio, and Super Hyperion. So they let rip. They both do a lightning launch, and actually, Hikaru, Hugo and Rantaro and ranjiro do a lightning launch. Hikaru and Hugo start ramming into each other like, and then Enrique's like, "Come on, Hugo," and stop ramming into Hugo, and they're like, and then Hugo's like, and then he's like, "Oh, let's do a combo move." And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." Twist. And then like, double tornado. And create like a gigantic tornado. And they're like, twin strike. And ram into each other and do a twin strike and knock them out of the stadium, winning Hikaru Hugo the match. And yeah, and then Hikaru Hugo, and then Ranjiro like setting up a rivalry with Hikaru Hugo. And then Hikaru Hugo, then Ranjiro's like, "Did you set that up? Was that on purpose?" And he's like, "No, no." And he's like, and then Ranjiro's like, "You did that by dumb luck." And he's like, so yeah. So then they get into another battle. They get into another battle with the car, and then they try to do a twin strike, but then they knock out the stadium, and then he's like, "Oh great, now you two are back. Now you two are back to zero," or something. And then in the episode. Okay, so this episode was a really good episode. It introduced ranjiro for the people who saw him last in Beyblade Turbo with Iger, but this time it was just him and Rantaro. The first time they've been seen on screen together. If you don't have the flashback and Beyblade Turbo, this is the first time that they're seen on screen together. And yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. But I might stop my Death Note reviews because I want to focus on Beyblade Burst Surge now. Tell me in the comments if you want me to still do Death Note or continue on Beyblade Burst, or I'm still doing Beyblade Burst Surge. I did all Beyblade Burst Rise, which was great. I loved everyone's comments. But yeah, this was a very good episode to ranjiro. Like Hikaru Hugo called him a broom head, even because his head is like looks like a broom. Even though his hair is like big and puffy, like a broom. But yeah, so this episode was great to introduce ranjiro. So like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next Beyblade Burst Surge. Yeah. Well, yeah. So like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next Beyblade Burst Surge.